We're here in beautiful Johnstown, Pennsylvania, the Flood City, and we're doing a demonstration, a plein air demonstration for the gallery on Gazebo. The idea is for the viewer to watch as I pre-mix my colors and block in the beginning stages of a painting I'm being influenced by light and shadow, but also by the spirit of place, of what I'm seeing with the mills and the river. It's part of my mission as an artist is to document the region. I grew up in Cambria County, and I've been painting Western Pennsylvania for about 35 years. I'm using oil paint today. This is a stretched canvas. Just a little bit about my materials. I bring my paint bag, has everything I need. I did in advance visit this site, and I took a photo on my phone and printed it out just to show you what I had in mind, the view. So I am going to be kind of doing a little zoom in to the scene. You can see that there. But I try not to reference this once I get started. I really want to be influenced by the light and shadow and the color of the scene, because that was clearly a different day, and the sun's coming out now, so we're gonna have a different situation. So, well, let's get started. I do something a little different than a lot of painters. I pre-mix what I call parent colors, and it's just, I'm taking my cue from what I'm seeing up here to mix some starter colors. And what they'll do is I'll use these throughout the painting to block in and to make smaller, more defined shapes. I'll be painting from dark to light and from thick to thin. Those are two important points for outdoor painting. These are general parent colors, spots of color that will be used to block in the initial first pass. And I think of them as a way to just evaluate color before I actually start a painting. It's kind of a way of doing almost calisthenics before you go for your jog. It gives me a chance to look at them together and decide, are those working? Do I even like them together as a group? I'm mixing on a piece of glass, and I'm looking to colors that I can perhaps group together as a unit. I try to go out with the same group of colors all the time. Doesn't always work, but I'll maybe introduce something new every once in a while, but primarily it's the same group of colors. Now I'm mixing something for this. People say, well, why do you do this? Why are you pre-mixing color? And I think, well, it's a big head start, and it stops me from just jumping right into the painting. It makes me see shape and color rather than just things. This is it's a sky color. Perhaps it'll change. It's a gray bluish color right now. The sun is trying to come out. I'm gonna do, and you can see how I'm trying to be careful how these are together. I'm gonna do one more, and that's from where I'm seeing. I've got some nice spots of some weeds that are warm. So I put them out in a value scale from darkest to lightest, and you can see that that's a kind of an interesting array of color right there. So I try to do this before I begin a painting. Okay. That's probably enough. And these do not have to be exact in any way. I'm just estimating what may work for approximate color shapes. Now, in terms of the composition, based on the photo that I showed, I've shown that the river snakes kind of back into there, and we have a quick turn. This have to have a pretty solid idea of why you want to make a painting. And for me, in this case, it was these mills are important to Johnstown's industrial heritage, but so are the rivers. The flooding that's occurred here. I think there were 3 floods. So I'm not going to get too carried away with the detail here, but the big shapes. That's that dark entryway there. Drawing is important, but I don't want to get carried away with drawing, because that's where you're seeing lines around shapes rather than the shapes themselves. But I do want to kind of give just enough information that I'll know where this is going. And then we have this smaller group back here. It helps to squint to see just the shapes. I think at this point the viewer can probably see where I'm going with this. I wanted to get the incline in. I'll just put a little spot up here, although it's somewhat out of the field of view here. This will be and we have that. Believe it or not, that's about all the drawing that I'll do for this at this point. So now let's just try to get it covered. The idea with these parent colors are that I think about how I could steal a little bit from that and make a variation of it, so I can incrementally change one color and still have it harmonize with it without kind of making it from nothing. So that's the advantage to doing this. Like this, just wanted to put this in so you could see that that's a derived color, derived from that parent color right there. It's the top of that barrier there. Or if I want to make it warmer, I'll just take and add some of the I believe that's a raw sienna there for down here. I want to get a fairly dark green for this hillside. Remember, the idea is to get the canvas covered with the major shapes. I think of it as building a foundation for the house. It's early autumn. I believe we just started autumn, and so the colors are starting to change here. We're getting more reds and browns into that area, to where the trees were. Now you are going to hear some train traffic and some motorcycles. Plein air painting is challenging, to say the least. And you have you're working on site, and everything can affect that. So we'll hear the sounds of the city. I think it's interesting. It adds to the effect. All right, now I'm gonna get some. We have some of this yellow in here.